where will your business be today if I gave you the ability to unwind any three errors that you've made, any three bad decisions that you've ever made in your business?
And a special thank you to our sponsor for this episode, Oswego Private Wealth Management. Welcome to another $4 Million Strategy podcast. Today we have a really cool topic, and it's critically important to the way how you can expand your wealth, your knowledge, and your achievement. And with that, we have Bob Bedritis of Oswego Private Wealth Management, and he's going to talk to us about thinking time. Bob, you're on the air.
Thank you, Carl. Good to be with you. So where will your business be today if I gave you the ability to unwind any three errors that you've made, any three bad decisions that you've ever made in your business? How much more money would you have? How much of a more cohesive staff would you have? How many fewer sleepless nights? How much less anxiety would you have? How many fewer arguments and conflicts would you have had with people if I could give you that ability to unwind any three bad decisions you've made in your business life? Well, we've all paid this dumb tax, that I like to call it. And mine have been significant. I have done some really dumb things over the years that I wish I had had better counsel and made better decisions. So about a decade ago, I ran across a book and heard a lecture talking about this dumb tax and something that he called thinking time. And I incorporated it into the way I run my business. I incorporate it in the way I run my life to this day. And it is basically asking the unasked questions. So when I'm dealing with a conflict, I'm dealing with a problem, I'm wondering, where do I go to the right? Do I go to the left? I used to just kind of think about casually while I'm driving back and forth from work. I hear about thinking time and I said, this is great. So I found my favorite chair at the home, at my house, not the home. I'm not in the home yet. And I sat down and I just said, I'm going to think this through. And then a little bit later, I woke up from my nap. So I went back to thinking time. How do you do it? And it's basically finding the unasked question. So it's a structure. So what I do, the process. Number one, I want one problem at a time, one great question. What am I working on? If there's an issue in my business, the question might be, if I were starting this business all over again from scratch, how would I structure it? What steps would I take? What would I do first? What would I do second? What would I do third? Think of any problem you have and you write that down. You get your favorite chair, your favorite pen, your favorite notebook, and uninterrupted time, the phone is off. And you dedicate about 45 minutes to this, maybe an hour, and you say, let me answer this question. And then you put pen to paper and you just don't stop. And then you can ask derivative questions of that, right? Whatever my question is, big picture, I know it'll create other questions for me. And I write and I write and I write and I write, and it just clarifies my thinking. It gets me to really get the chaff away from all of the critical things that I need to be thinking about. Carl, I cannot tell you how revolutionary this has been for me. So instead of thinking about things, having my mind wander, you just laser focus on what is it that I'm trying to solve? What's the problem? You could have a problem with an employee and you could just say, what's the real problem? You need to identify the real problem. That's what thinking time does for you. And then you just unedited every potential answer to that problem. You just put it in, you don't edit it whatsoever. You just get everything on paper that you can. And then tomorrow, the day after you do this, you go back and you summarize it, you edit it, you get it down to some other ideas, and then you probably still haven't solved it, and then you do another thinking time. I found 3 is the magic number. 3 thinking times on any one question, and at the end of that process, you come through with confidence, with clarity. It's amazing. That's my idea. Thinking time has revolutionized my life.
I love it. I love the great tip. This is exactly what we like on $4 Million Strategies, is a different way on how to increase the value of business. And in this case, finding a better way to help solve those challenging problems that we face every single day. Bob, thank you so much for being a guest on $4 Million Strategies.